This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show with Comrade Lante Oriake live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show with Comrade Lante Oriake live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show with Comrade Lante Oriake live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show with.
Yes, very good evening to you people, Edo people, and Nigerians across the world. This is the Comrade Show, and of course we are on to the segment that we call the Comrade and Friends. And of course, nobody is going to be telling us what is happening today in Nigeria. Today, insecurity in Nigeria, across the length and breadth of Nigeria, is the major topic of the day. Insecurity, not just insecurity, but the issues that are having to do with the Fulani herdsmen, and of course, their act of terrorism on Nigerians all across. The matter has become a matter of to Israel. It's become a matter where regions and states and local governments, have begun taking, measures to ensure that they defend themselves. Of course, for us in Edo State, we look at the length and breadth of Nigeria. We've been looking at the issues happening across Nigeria, from the eastern part of Nigeria, the Igbo land, to the western part of Nigeria, and of course the Yoruba land, and of course to the middle belt. And one of the things we came up with was to see that this matter is a matter, where everybody now need to defend themselves. And for us in Edo State, we have waited for a very long time for the south-south geopolitical region of Nigeria, and of course we've waited too for the midwestern region of Nigeria, to take the lead. Unfortunately, we are not hearing from anybody. To that extent, we Edo people, some of us came together and we have decided to take the bull by the horns, because what we see today is a situation where Nigeria either decide to have peace, or we shall be faced with civil war, and if care is not taken, with genocide. And because of that, we are not sleeping on our hours, we are not resting. Things are happening all around, and by the grace of God, the Comrade and Friends will be discussing this matter, and of course giving us more information about some of the plans on ground, and of course where we are, so that we Edo people, we have resolved, like I said earlier, to defend the Edo land. Okay, we to defend ourselves against enemies from within and from outside of Edo State. Of course, we have them in abundance in Edo State, and every day, the news of herdsmen killing Edo people, kidnapping people in Edo State, causing a lot of havoc, raping our women, parading our bushes with guns unauthorized, and all of that. They are the kind of news that greets us on a daily basis. But by the grace of God, I can almost assure us that based on the effort of government, by setting up the joint, vigilante team, and of course what we shall be doing, in the days and weeks and months to come, we are very hopeful that the appointed day for disaster in probably Edo State and across Nigeria will not come, but it's not going to happen on our account, and that is all we are going to be dealing with today. Please, if you are joining us on this program today, I want to appeal to you to help share this broadcast. Let's get everybody together, because at the end of the day, to defend Edo land is a task that all of us must do. It must be on the account of all of us. So my people, join us, share the broadcast. Let's get all the numbers together. Femi Obano, thank you very much for joining. Yes, Classic Cares, thank you so very much. It's been a long time. Darren Emota, thank you so much. I see you. At some point in the course of the program, we're going to be opening our lines, because at the end of the day, it's not just it's not a one-week traffic. All of us are going to be part of this process. We're going to join the discussion, and we're going to make our contributions. Of course, we're going to let you know where we are, because some balls have been set rolling, as it were. And of course, we are going somewhere. Mario Kamara, I see you. Henry Palazzo, thank you so very much. Henry, you have not shared the broadcast. Please share. Edele Dare, thank you. Share the broadcast. Femi, share the broadcast. Everybody, Joy Obade, share this broadcast. It's probably the least you can do right now to support Edo State. Noble P, I see you, my friend. Please share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Joseph Igbins, Peter, I see you, all good people and supporters of the Edo Must Move Forward agenda. On that note, my people, we're not going to waste time at all. We're going to hit the ground running. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you, I call them the Musketeers, the comrade and friends. And of course, I'll introduce to you right now, Comrade Dr. Tony Agbons is right here in the house. Agbons, please say hello to the people. They want to hear your voice.
Yeah, people, good evening to everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are watching us from the world. I want to welcome you to the Comrade and Friends this Sunday. We have a very burning issue that we want to touch base on today, which is like the Comrade has introduced. Thank you for joining us. Please share the broadcast both on YouTube and on Facebook, and we need to really talk about these issues. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, also, you know, part of the team, of course, another Musketeer who is an integral part of the Comrade and Friends is my brother, my friend, one you all know, Comrade Pharmacist Austin Iremiran. Austin, the people want to hear your voice.
Good evening, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, depending on where you are in the globe. We don't come again with our Sunday tonic. My people, Matafu Grando, if we talk out together to see how we move our state forward, and indeed Nigeria. God bless you, my people.
Thank you very much, my brother Austin Iremiran. Yes, my people, before we hit the ground running, just to give us a little feel of what the situation is like, I want to play this excerpt. Actually, this excerpt actually happened, you know, in the West. Okay, somebody who had a near-death experience with the Fulani herdsmen. The young man ranted seriously. It happened in the western part of Nigeria. But be as it may, they say whatever affects the eyes affects the nose. Okay, it is happening today in the West. It is happening in the East. Of course, expect it to happen everywhere else in Nigeria. Just watch this so that we'll launch our program with this.
X-Men inside this bush. X-Men inside this bush. They block us for road though. Now God save me and my family. Nigerians make on the rise up. Oh, your people make on the rise up. Not to the kill now. It happen no me. Now God save me like this. Oh, make on the rise up. I can't thank you. God no Makinde go kill you. So that God will bless you. God no Makinde, you no go do it for your life. Your children no go do it. Makinde on your stage, no go do it. They are in our bushes. See that car. They broke the whiskey. See that car. They broke that whiskey, no. See people. I'm not lying, you know. I'm not lying, you know. See people behind me. I'm not lying, you know. This is me. Olawewaju, Saint Larry. This will not be lying, yo. I think I lied before.
The young man there is, of course, is very emotional about what has happened. I can understand that. Only God knows to what extent this matter actually happened. But of course, this story is not peculiar. It's a story that, you know, the kind of story we see all around. And of course, as for Edo State, we have a report. We are yet to get the details of this report. And in the last 48 hours, a community in Edo State too was equally under attack. We will go community to be very precise. And of course, we are yet to get the details of this matter, as it were. And you know, for us, we are very concerned. We are you know, very worried about it, and because of that, we are doing everything that we can to ensure that you know, we hasten all motions, you know, and all plans, you know, but just to keep our people abreast of you know, some of what we are doing so far to support Edo State. Of course, you are aware that the light project that the Comrade Show, in collaboration with where many Edo people across the world started about a month plus ago, is majorly to equally address the insecurity situation in Edo State. And because of what is actually happening right now, okay, as it were, what is now happening is that we have set up a committee, a high power committee, okay, made up of you know, Edo people, you know, who are strategically placed, you know, and this committee, by the grace of God, they've commenced to work. It is called Edo State, you know, Security Consultative Forum. The major thing that this committee is planning to do is to, you know, fashion a way where we are going to be, you know, of course, very organized, you know, in an organized way, provide the much needed support, you know, for the vigilantes in Edo State. In my last broadcast, of course, I informed us I'm in contact with the vigilantes. Of course, I've had some chats with you know, the operational command, of course, talking of you know, High Chief Izobo, and of course, and I told him, I said, the major concern is not really what is happening within, you know, the state by, you know, I won't call them petty thieves or criminals, okay, not by those ones that I'm sure we can easily handle, but we are majorly not concerned about our villages. We are majorly concerned about our bushes, you know, because our women are being raped daily, our men are being killed daily, and a lot is happening, and the people are living in insecurity. And you understand what I'm saying now? So, of course, we have some detailed discussion in that respect, and we equally know that based on the structures they have, you know, they need a lot of support, which, you know, is one of the reasons why we have set up this committee to look into ways where we can coordinate our support for this particular, you know, for the Edo vigilantes and all of that. And of course, we're equally going to look at ways where we can sponsor relevant bills through the House of Assembly to ensure that certain enabling laws are strengthened in Edo State, so that both the police and this vigilante and everybody can act on those laws to ensure that we guarantee maximum security for Edo people. This is basically where we are so far, and by the grace of God, I'm sure that a week from now, God willing, we are going to have an open, you know, session where the committee members and of course the general public, you know, will hold a meeting, you know, particularly, you know, those of the Edo descent, where we now discuss, you know, firmly some of the measures already in place, and of course where those all across the world can come in to support the effort of these vigilantes by way of because it's not a time where we are going to be atomizing what the problems are, but we are going to be looking at, you know, vividly, you know, in a very pragmatic manner, solutions to the problems that we are having. There is no getting the fact that we actually have problems, and the problem we have is enormous, and of course there's disaster at the end of this problem if we don't take action. That's why we are here. And so on that note, I want to quickly zero into the team, the comrade and friends, and of course let's begin to, you know, look at these issues. And I want to call on I'll start with pharmacist Austin Iremera. Pharmacist, this is where we are. What is your take? So far, so good.
Thank you so much, my brother Lamte. I must say it's pathetic. Like you said, we are where we are now. We need to help ourselves. We need to help our state, and we need to help our region. It has come to that stage where it's now to your 10th go interest. We can't wait for anybody anymore. We can't allow our land to be taken, our people to be vandalized, our women raped, and the future of our state to be eroded. We have to help ourselves. So on that note, we are in the right place. We are starting people rolling now. I want to call on all the people. One thing you can do as a citizen is slightly be vigilant and try to be aware of events happening around you. Thank God for the vigilante, and we are already in discussion with them. We hope that by the time we begin to interact with them more, peace will come, because these bandits, these headsmen, I think they are not witches. There is some aiding and abetting that we need to get down and get it right fast. Remember in your intro today we said peace, war, or genocide. And if you ask me of the two, we have to take peace because war is not good, genocide is wicked. We see countries that have been eroded. So now our federal government, they are not ready to help. We have to take the bull by the horn to give ourselves some degree of safety so that we can be proud of our tomorrow. That will be my immediate take just now.
Yes, thank you very much, my brother Austin. We are going to take calls. You know, this program is going to be very interactive, okay? But we'll open the calls probably in a few minutes from now. Just bear with me. We'll open the lines a few minutes from now. I want to quickly ask, Dr. Agbons. Dr. Agbons, peace, civil war, genocide, which are we really prepared for?
Well, thank you very much, Comrade Lamte. And I've followed your introduction that you've made on this issue of security. I will say that where we are now is very pathetic. This is even worse than a war situation, civil war or genocide. Because for those ones, you will know that you are fighting one enemy. But where we are now is the attacks are just coming from all sides. Like you have said, and I want to throw that line, our mission now is providing solutions, because enough of talking has been happening. So this is the time to talk the talk and walk the walk. So I for one, I want to believe that the security committee that we set up from this platform here need to hit the ground running, so that it's a good thing that there's already an Edo vigilante that are on ground, and contact have been made with the operational head of the vigilante. So we will have to look at ways that this vigilante can be supported to deliver on providing security for our people, because I've always said it, security is local. This idea of waiting for somebody from Abuja or waiting for somebody from one security headquarters is not going to help any of us. So I think the approach that we are on now, that there's even a vigilante on ground, is the right step in the right direction. So I'm sure this vigilante will be able to complement the effort of the police who are in the state. And I must tell you that a lot of people have even lost confidence in the police. So the vigilante thing is a good step in the right direction. That is what I can say for now.
Thank you very much. I want to quickly let other people know something here, and we have been on ground trying to look at these issues, as much as possible, and of course get information as much as possible. Now there is the Benin people used to, always make this parable that the one that eats the kola nut is inside the kola nut. That is a part of this problem, and that is one of the areas too that we are going to look at very critically. I was told by way of information, and we are looking to investigate this particular matter, that some Fulani herdsmen made some confessional statements when they were asked to leave certain villages in Edo State. They confessed to the fact that some elders in the village are shareholders in the cows. They own some of the cows. They allow them into the villages. Okay, they bought a major stake in some of these cows. They do business with this matter. And in this particular village where this confession was being made, one of the villagers was killed in the forest. His wife was raped in the forest. And some of those elders, they were caught, and they made confessional statements in this guise to say that some of those in the Odiowe council and all of that, they are part of those who own this thing. And we have mentioned, okay, and I did say that in my last broadcast, you know, the information we are getting right now is that in many of those our villages in the bushes, okay, where these herders and some of these Fulani herdsmen with guns and everything are, they were actually invited by our own people. Our people collected money to allow them graze in our bushes. Now they did not give them guidelines. Now while they are grazing the bushes, they encroach into people's farms. They destroy their crops, means of livelihood, and every other thing. By the time the people try to, you know, ask them to leave, they start killing them. They start killing them. This is the information right now that we are putting together. This particular village, I don't want to mention them right now because I've sent people on ground to go and investigate more. I've even told some of those, you know, vigilante guys, you know, to investigate and look into these matters, because we need to look at these matters holistically. Austin Ramira, I want to ask you, my brother, given this information I'm just giving right now, sharing with the public, what do you think? Because at the end of the day, our people are saying that the one way they eat kola nut, they inside kola nut. Are we not part of this problem? And so, if we are part of this problem, what do you think? How do you think we should approach this matter?
Thank you so much, my brother Lamte. What you said is very correct. Nobody will come outside, come attack your house if you don't get some form of information. So the statement is right and is very correct. And that has been our problem. Even for the entire Nigerian court, you must always get away to sabotage you. Now that we know, the solution still needs to come from within. Like Tony said, policing is local. Our viewers should get it clear. I am not against, the Comrade Show is not against anybody in a state or in Nigeria that wants to do business. In fact, cow business is a good business. But we have to do it properly. We have to do it with some degree of legality. We must do them properly. So if any of our people for our villages have gone into contract with these elders, and you now know that they are doing something wrong, the onus is on you to call your business partner back to the table to make sure that the right thing is done. Then again, the issue of grazing, they don't need to be going from place to place. We can give them land where they can stay and they remain there to graze. And they don't have monopoly to go into the land that they did not buy. You cannot go to somebody's farm and destroy the person's land simply because you are grazing your cow. So that is one thing that we have to put back on ground in our state. I have heard that they said that it's only the federal government that has the power. I don't think so. Because the land in Nigeria belongs to the local government and the state government. So all state governments should now enact law to say that land that will be given for grazing should be issued properly. And we know the amount and number of people to graze where they can graze. So we need to talk about that. And we need to be sincere to ourselves. Our country has fallen down, that we forgot that we have to put human being first before money. Everything is all about money and self, and that is part of the problem. So when information comes out on what we want to do, some sabotage inside us, we go and leak it out. I've been thinking about this. And those states is big. How can somebody just come and enter my village without war, and nobody will know that that person is new? There must be some aiding and abetting, my brother. That adage when you make the inside day is very true. But all of us collectively, if you've done that by way of doing business, you have not seen the repercussions. Like all of us when we fled 5 years ago to accept our brother in power, thinking that it's going to give us change. The change we are still waiting for. Now, if you have inadvertently gone into contract with this elder, you will now see the damage. Is it worth to continue the business when people are dying? The people that will eat the cow and the meat, are they not human beings? When you kill all of them, what will happen? Now that the information is snatched, my brother, I think that information you got is very correct. That is a good place to start. Enacting the law properly and making grazing to be a thing that will be one place, not nomadic, will be a very good step for us.
Thank you very much. I want to quickly ask Dr. Tony Edmonds. Just a couple of weeks ago or so, or less than 2 weeks ago, one of the leaders of Miyetti Allah came out publicly to say that all the lands in Nigeria belong to the Fulanis, and so therefore people have no right to ask Fulani headsmen to leave their territories, because all the land, according to him, belongs to the Fulanis. And we must not forget that yet another person from his own tribe, okay, in an open forum, heard the claim that the oil of the Niger Delta belonged to the north. Okay, now this impression appears to be consistent with the resistance we are seeing from Fulani headsmen. Now, from you, Dr. Tony Edmonds, would you agree with this submission that all the land in Nigeria belongs to the Fulani headsmen, I mean to the northerners of the Fulanis, and therefore we have no right to ask them to leave our territories?
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Lamptey. I've actually listened to that commentary from that you alluded to now, and I must say that those pronouncements by the Miyetti Allah and the other guy from the north, there are some of the very hard things that those of us from the south we are made to swallow, very much often. And I don't blame them. You know why? I say I don't blame them, and I say this with so much vexation now. It's our people from the south that give them the power. In Benin Parable, we always say that if you translate that for those who don't understand Benin, it's like if a stranger, not present, if you can point to where the last village head was in charge, was buried, you will know that it is a son of that community that gave the information away. So, like Austin mentioned just now, for most of our southern brothers and sisters, once they line their pocket, they can sell their mother, they can sell their father. So imagine what you said now, that even some of our village chiefs, village heads, community people, they even own some of these cows. So you can imagine, they are also accomplices. Because I have always wondered how bold can these Fulani herdsmen be? And that I have seen Fulani a few times I've gone. I've seen Fulani people. I see them with AK-47. I've seen it myself. Yeah, you just see them walking maybe around the Benitepika Road and all that. Yeah, and then you can imagine what they do in the village. Look, somebody that has arms, somebody that is carrying a gun, he can do and undo. Anything can come to his mind, and he sees another citizen, and he wants to use the gun either to maim or to take or to steal or to kill. So that assertion by the Miyetti is because they have seen that our southern brothers and sisters, we have always been lackey to them. So that's the problem. I don't really blame them. So, but one thing I'm also happy about, we do apologies to people who have lost their family members in the west, the southwest of Nigeria, who have been playing some kind of hanky-panky over this issue. I think now the Fulani issue is really burning in their region now. So, like they always say, the whip that was used for Iyawo is also waiting for Iyale. This is where we are now. That is what I have to say.
Thank you very much. Pharmacist Iremera, the Miyetti Allah said the land in Nigeria, all the lands in Nigeria belong to Nigeria, and by insinuation, the Fulani headsmen, have a right to be anywhere they want to be, and nobody has a right to ask them to leave, because all the land in Nigeria belongs to Nigeria, and by insinuation Fulani has made their Nigerians. And again, when I married that statement to the statement earlier made by another northern leader who said the oil of the Niger Delta belongs to the northerners. How do you marry this? Do we, as people in the south, have a right to say we don't want certain kind of people in our territories because of what they do? Do we have the right from your own point of view, sir? Please, callers are going to be allowed to call in shortly. Go ahead, sir.
Both statements are totally wrong, my brother comrade. That the Fulanis have right to take any land in Nigeria, according to me, is a wrong statement. That the gold in Zamfara belongs to only Zamfara is also a wrong
one
statement.
Of them.
Both of them are totally wrong. And I think they are able to make all this because they believe that the power that be, ranging from the president, has got their back. As a Nigerian, we are entitled to live anywhere we so wish. But we are not entitled to live anywhere we so wish by killing the people that are there already. So that is one issue that we have to get right. Before now, nobody was worried that the herdsmen were going to villages to do their stuff. But we are not concerned and worried. They are not going there to take the land forcefully. They are not killing the citizens. So that is what is bringing us to where we are. And we can now see that those killing these citizens have got some superior support from the power that be. Else that person would open his mouth to say that in a very good time. Having made such statement, he should be answerable now to state securities. But that never happened. They have the freedom and the power to do whatever they want to do because we are not truly living in a country that is one. So that statement in all entirety, my brother, is wrong. They don't have the right to just come to another place, stay there, kill the people and take over their land. If you choose to be in a place, you must respect the laws. You must respect the regulations. You must follow everything in a very civil manner. How do you come to my house? I gave you accommodation. You want to kill me and take everything I have forcefully when I have not done anything wrong. That is not acceptable in a country. That's not how we live. When you choose to move from point A to B, you must respect the laws and the thing that's obtainable there. We have Igbo all over. They go to different states to do their trade and business. They don't end up killing them. How will that man feel if people from Edo State go to Zamfara, occupy the land, and begin to kill their citizens? Will he say that? Will he be proud to say that word again? The answer is no. So it is our country that has given all this unnecessary talk and statement, and that's where the suffering will come. So we need to return for what will happen to our country, and we can see now that the herdsmen are not just occupying land, they are killing people with a view to taking over everything. It is totally not acceptable. It is wrong. You can see that the federal government don't want to change it. As we as citizens, we have to protect our home. And I think when this protectionist thing starts gaining traction from everywhere, the federal government that don't want to listen, we have no choice but to listen and give the people who are originally landowners there what they truly deserve and peace of mind. So my brother, those two statements are totally wrong. They are not unacceptable.
Thank you very much, Pharmacist Remiran. I want to quickly put something in perspective. Nigerians, Edo people, let's not get it wrong. Nigeria, has our own landmass. Of course, every land in Nigeria belongs to Nigeria. Okay, that is one. The second aspect is that the laws of Nigeria has not specified in anywhere, whether in the haphazard constitution we have as a document as well as constitution, or anywhere. The laws of Nigeria has never said that anybody can trespass my territory, my land. Okay, this is very important. If you come to my land and I say I don't want you to be in my land, okay, you must respect me, because I have right to the land that I have acquired legitimately. Our villages, okay, we have people who are custodians of the land that belong to our villages. If I'm a farmer in my village, okay, in the village where I come from, every male child in that village is entitled to a piece of land, you know, for farming and all of that, okay, provided by the village, for instance. Now that land, as far as I farm in that land, okay, it belongs to me. I take authority over that land. Now if I now ask you as a header, okay, to say I don't want you to graze on this land because it is a land where I, you know, do my farming and stuff like that, okay, it does not give you the right to kill me because you have been given arms and ammunition and all of that. And for one silly person, with all due respect, to say from somewhere that all lands belong to Nigeria and therefore the headers can go anywhere, I want to say no. The headers cannot go anywhere. They can only go to places where they are invited, and they can only stay in places where, okay, they have the authority to stay from either the individual who own the place or the community that own the place. But if the people even say, okay, we give you this place, okay, to stay, and at some point the people will say, we don't want you to stay here anymore, respect them and move away. This is important. That is why in the same Nigeria, I have a house. I give my house to somebody to rent as a tenant. At some point, if I'm no longer satisfied with whatever about this tenant, even if it means that I don't just like his face, I want the tenant to leave, I give the tenant quick notice, the tenant respects that and leave. Now by the time the tenant begins to kill every landlord because they are giving have to leave, you know, that they are giving quick notice, then it becomes an issue where if the federal government is not ready to protect the government is not ready to protect the landlord, then the landlord association, they now need to meet to know how to, you know, evict the tenants out of their houses. This is exactly what this situation is. True, lands in Nigeria belong to Nigeria, but my land does not belong to any trespasser. Okay? There is freedom of speech, but there is an extent to which speech is even free. There is freedom of speech doesn't mean you will just come to my face, okay, and insult me unjustifiably or slap me unjustifiably. I will defend myself. This is where we are right now. The government of President Muhammadu Buhari is not willing to defend Nigerians. As a matter of fact, it's not ready. Okay, from what we see from the body language of the president and those around him, they are happy at what is happening right now. And there's a game plan. And I want to play you on this. I will keep on playing this excerpt, okay, until Nigerians wake up to the accessibilities. I want to play an excerpt of, you know, somebody who says he knows exactly whatever is happening right now. The game plan is ongoing right now. We must take this matter serious. It cannot be a joke. Okay, listen to this before we continue, and of course callers can call in shortly after this.
Abacha.
Let's take a listen.
And people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? General Abacha famously said that if an insurgency lasts for more than 2 days, the government knows. That is the real and the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. 1 or 2 who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. They have said Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So,
my people, you did listen to that. Now, my major concern is that as at this moment a public statement, okay, the statement is everywhere. Our National Assembly members they've heard this statement. The government of Nigeria have heard this statement. Nobody has acted, even invited this man. This man needed to have been arrested, maybe, or invited to provide this information to State Security Service so he can start acting. He made the allegation that a northern governor is in charge of Boko Haram. In the course of this lockdown, they are everywhere, okay, distributing ammunitions, and their game plan is to start a civil war. And if we are not ready in the south, it becomes a genocide to take over our land. And of course, there's equally the allegation everywhere that the federal government of Nigeria is perfecting plans to finish the registering Nigeria as an Islamic nation, which we are not. Before the election that took place in Edo State, we saw a very huge export of Fulani headsmen, or Fulanis as it were, young men and women with trailers, with vans, with everything, to different parts of Nigeria, including Edo State, and all of that. And today we are seeing the effect. Everywhere you turn in Edo State, okay, everywhere you turn virtually, you have one or the other, or the other to be Makembe in Edo State. This is what the situation is right now. You go to the heart of Ring Road, you can't tell the Edo State people, you can't find Fulani people. We are not comfortable with this. We are not. Particularly now that it has taken a very serious, a dangerous insecurity turn on all of us. And majorly, Fulani herdsmen are fingered as the major kidnappers. They kidnap our people. They demand for ransom, collect some money, kill some people at the end of in the process. Why are they doing this? They are being sponsored by people to ensure that they bring Nigeria under. Why the federal government is not responsive and not responding to these issues, we are concerned, and this is the reason why we must take action. I will open the lines now. Calls can come in any moment and start coming in. We're going to start taking calls. But in the meantime, please let me quickly ask Dr. Agbons. Dr. Agbons, they have a game plan to make sure they cause a civil war. They are already in the river, what's it called, the southern part of Nigeria and all of that. And the man mentioned, I think he said the riverine area of Nigeria. Who are those people? They said the rainforest region. Who are the rainforest people? We, the southwest, the south. Now who the rainforest? No other people. They are already resident here. And if we are not careful, what we are seeing right now, the troubles of what we are seeing right now is that Nigeria will become, the south part of Nigeria will become like Maiduguri and Bauchi and all of that, where bomb will just be exploding everywhere and all of that. So I think we need to step up. So he says they have a game plan, okay, to take over everywhere. Dr. Agbons, what is your take on this matter? That's a revelation for somebody who says he knows this matter and they have spoken with them.
Yeah, thank you, Lamte. I think the first thing that I would have expected a responsible government to do is to quickly invite the gentleman that you played the clip just now, because the information that man gave, as somebody that understands body language and communication very well, that man know what he's saying. He know what he's saying. So I think the authorities need to ask him, and these are credible information that they can use. But like you have said just now, I think the federal government of Nigeria is not ready for anything.
Dr. Agbons, sorry to cut you. Let us start taking calls now. Somebody is calling. Please, I want to appeal to everybody. If you are calling, please try to call directly. I'm not sure this will be the last WhatsApp number we are going to take. We are not going to take WhatsApp calls. Hello, where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hello, good evening. My name is Austin Osaro. I'm calling from Italy. Hope you can hear me loud and clear.
We can hear you, sir. Go ahead, sir. The world is listening to you.
Okay. The truth is this: some of us cannot just pretend as if most of us do not know what is going on in Nigeria. If we are expecting the Nigerian federal government to protect anybody, or the police, or the SSS to arrest it.
Now this is a problem. A direct call has come in to interrupt the caller. Hello. Hello, can we hear? Can you reduce your device and just speak to us? Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Hold on. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Go ahead. You have 90 seconds to talk to us, sir. 90 seconds.
Okay. Anyway, I'm calling from London here. I'm just following your show. My name is Mr. Ogi. In regards to what the matter at hand, I will say that this is not the issue of the federal government. Oba said it is them. The Omoloba Nedo should come out and speak to the Edo people. These people need to leave our territory because the way they are killing our people, I don't think this is. We can't try this kind of nonsense in Hausa land, in the northern part of Nigeria. Are you getting what I'm saying? So our Oba should talk to the indigenous of Nigeria, of Edo State, so that they can be able to stand their ground. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes,
I know if in Ring Road now, if you see the way these people are collaborating in Ring Road, I believe if you touch any one of them, you get arrested. Are you getting what I'm saying? So that is my contribution.
Thank you, sir. Well, very well noted.
Government and our urban Edo should come out to speak to the citizens of Edo State how they are to live another.
Thank you, sir. Very well noted. The point is very well noted. Yes. Dr. Almos, go ahead, sir.
Just now. Yes, yes, I was saying.
Hello?
So,
Hello?
Well, I think there's someone else on the line. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Hello? Okay. As I was saying before, if we are waiting for the SSS to do anything about intelligence gathering and all that, it will be like we wait in vain. If you want to.
This is the problem. The person is called. Please don't call on WhatsApp, please. We're not going to take WhatsApp calls anymore because we don't get it. We don't get this straight. Call directly. Because as soon as you are calling with WhatsApp, somebody else is calling directly. Eventually, we don't. We are unable to get through with what you are saying. Go ahead, sir, Dr. Almos, until we get another direct caller.
What I want to quickly say is that
yes,
all the issues everybody know. Everybody in Nigeria or in all parts of Nigeria know what these problems are.
Yeah.
But the problem with the southern Nigerians is that some people want to be president in 2023, so they are trying to, or they don't want to, check the apple cart and all that. So that is where we are. There's a lot of politics involved in all this.
Okay, so, sorry, Dr. Almos, let's take this call. Hello.
Yeah, good evening. This is Efusa Agbola talking from Vienna.
God bless you, sir.
They say better late than never.
Yes.
Let me tell you, this has been the plan of the Fulani right from time. Since about 200 years ago, they came to the northern part of Nigeria. This has been their plan to take over the whole country. It's just like we did not know this. They conquered the Hausas. We thought Hausa and Fulani are the same. They are not the same. They conquered the Hausas. Now it is now the south. We need to start building. Forget about the governors. They swear to an oath. So the governors, they know what is going on, but they can't come to you to start planning. If not, they can get arrested and because that goes against the oath they swear against. You understand?
Okay.
The constitution which was not written by the people. So, and the Oba is not the chief security officer. The government is supposed to be the chief security officer.
Thank you, sir.
So people should stop blaming the Oba.
Yes.
It's not the fault of the Oba.
Yes.
So this is and for you people to know, this is the reason why they be going against state police.
Yes.
This is the reason why the Fulanis are be going against state police.
Yes.
If there was state police, then the government will be in control.
Yes.
They will be able to control everything.
Absolutely.
But there's no state police now. What we have is federal police.
Yes.
Buhari is in charge of the police.
Yes.
So what we need to do is what Nnamdi Kanu did.
Yes.
When it gets to a point whereby the government is not able to protect the people,
Yes.
the people have to protect themselves.
Exactly.
That is what we need to do.
Exactly.
And if those vigilantes,
yes,
they don't have enough ammunition, we should start planning how we can get the ammunition.
Empower them, okay.
Enough ammunition for them to get ready. Because if you think Fulanis are joking, then we don't know what we are doing.
Yeah.
They are not joking.
Yes.
These people are like the Arabs.
Yes.
They descended from Sudan to Mali. That is their behavior, to keep and take control.
Yes.
They don't share.
Yes.
They don't share. So we need to start coming. If it's an account whereby we all can be donating every month. It is 2020 euro. If anybody, if those who have more than that can also donate more, let them donate it. So that we equip those vigilantes. And they will be our military.
Thank you, sir.
You understand?
Thank you, sir.
So that we will prevent all this calamity that is coming to us. We'll prevent it from happening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for the call. I like one statement the guy made. I didn't want to respond to that earlier. Some people have called me. Okay, let me take this caller from Spain. Of course, we have some issues to talk about on this matter. Go ahead. Hello. Where are you calling from? What's your name? Go ahead, sir.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. I'm listening to your this program, this good program. So please, what I want to contribute because of time is for also to approach this Fulani herdsmen just the way that Nnamdi Kanu is approaching it in the eastern part of Nigeria. Otherwise, these people are about to take all our land. Yeah. I'm from Bokoliro village, from Yokodomo.
Yes.
So I know what I'm talking about. They have taken over all our forest.
We will take them back. We will recover them. I assure you, my brother. We will recover them back, okay. All of them.
Please let us unite together and fight these people and drive it.
We will recover our lands back.
Cannot do anything about it. Cannot do anything about it because these people are targeted. They cannot do anything.
We will recover our lands.
And let us do it on our own.
Yes, we will.
Live over outside and live over outside. They cannot do it because federal government are targeting them. Thank you and God bless you.
God bless, my brother. Thank you so much. Let's take another caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from England.
Please, sorry, sir. Just hold on. Please, if you are calling for every caller, please. We know what the problem is, and we know exactly what the Fulani herdsmen are doing all across Nigeria, including in those states. The calls we want to receive, we want to get, are the calls that will tell us, suggest to us what we need to do. We have a committee set up, Edo State Security Consultative Forum. Okay, there are men and women who want to harness suggestions, okay, so that we can, make this suggestion into a blog that we can use to deal with the situation. So suggest to us, don't repeat the problems for us. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, like you said, I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not here to, but I'm asking myself one question. I just need to say it out to people to hear what I'm talking about. Why is it that anybody that face Fulani herdsmen, why the governor is after them? Why?
Why? I didn't get it clearly. Why the what?
Like what they call this guy Sunday, he chased Fulani herdsmen. Yeah.
Yes.
The government is after him. IBO, they are chasing Fulani herdsmen. The governor is after them. So why is the governor is after anybody that chases Fulani herdsmen? Why the government is after them?
We will. I know that the federal government is after Sunday Igboho. I don't know if the state government is after him. I know that the federal government have declared, but that the federal government we can answer. Buhari is a Fulani man, and so Buhari doesn't want anything to happen to, from what we understand, doesn't want anything to happen to Fulani herdsmen, no matter what happen they commit. Okay, that is the much that we can say on that. Okay, but we cannot answer the rest part of the question. But that of Buhari we can answer. Thank you very much, caller. Hello. Hello, where are you calling from? What's your name, sir?
I'm calling from Germany.
Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Thomas.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm watching your show and I want to contribute.
Go ahead.
If the people of Edo State really mean to stop the Fulani herdsmen problem, they are ready. They should make a meeting, and the chief and the community people.
those one we get together and they say if they say they are tired, they can write a letter, a petition letter to the governor and to the police station and to the House of Assembly. So those people will pass out the book. But for like this, I don't think they are tired. But nobody is supporting, nobody is scared. So those one will say they are tired. Not that people will be blaming governor for everything. The Nigerians and the East and the Nubians should they will come out and say they are tired. Then they will write a letter. All of them will sign it, and they will send it by governor and the by House. This is my contribution. This is what I think.
Thank you. That's very well noted, sir. Let's take another caller now. Hello, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead. Can you reduce your device, please?
Hello.
Hello.
Comrade, God bless you.
Good evening, ma'am. God bless you too. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
I just want to contribute to it.
Go ahead, madam.
I think the truth of the matter is, if the Oba of Benin value the people that is ruling over, it will stand to his responsibility with the government of the state to give him the mandate and what to do. That's one. And two, this show of when they catch Fulani people, they will put it in video and begin to share it. They should stop it. If they catch any Fulani men, they should know what to do to them. Because they have no conscience. We have been able to do some things now that the men are in the bush searching for them. But do you know, 2 weeks ago, in the justice here, the commissioner said the vigilantes is to collect guns for them. How can such people go into a bush with empty hands to fight people that are holding weapons? So these are things that every one of you, we are praying for you over there. You people should help us to prevail on these people who are supposed to take this mandate forward for us here. If not, we will claim the land from them.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
God will give people strength to do what is needful.
Amen. Thank you so much. And you too, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, let's take calls are just coming in. Okay. We are not going to take WhatsApp calls. We have made that very clear. I want to quickly correct one impression here. It keeps coming up, and personally, I'm not finding it very convenient to do. It's not an area I like to equally deal with. I want us to understand, do people all across the world, that the Oba of Benin, okay, has his own, duties as a traditional ruler of the kingdom, okay, and the duty of the Oba of Benin is not a constitutional duty to provide security for Edo State, as it were. And again, the traditional what's it called, jurisdiction of the Oba of Benin from time, they do their things not in the way that government does things, not in the way that ordinary people do their things. And so for those people who are calling on the Oba, I think that we need to have to be better guided. That is why on this program I don't bring the Oba into this program. The reason is because I know that the palace does a lot that people don't. The palace will not advertise what they are doing, but I can tell you that there is no Oba in the history of Benin Kingdom, okay, that has folded his arms to see his people being killed, or the lands of the Edo Kingdom be taken by foreigners. Okay, there's been none, not the previous Obas, not this present Oba. So I can almost assure you, even without verifying, even though yes, I have done some matter concerning that the palace of the Oba of Benin is on top of this situation. There is no doubt about it. So please, what we are doing is within the remix of what we can do as Edo people and all of that. We are not going to question the palace, and you understand, so now we don't, because we know that the palace is there for its duty and they are carrying out their duty. It is not in the place of the palace to come and tell everybody what we are doing, or we are carrying out any sacrifice, or we have done it, or we have done that. It's not in the place of the palace to come and tell us that. And so therefore, let's not drag the palace into this. We as Edo people, okay, we need to, in the time where there was no government, you understand what I'm saying now, and all of where the palace was in charge of governance and every other thing, both the spiritual head and the religious head, okay, we could see the palace come out and take, you know, very pragmatic steps that everybody will see, recruit men, you know, what's it called, Igbamas, and everybody wage war, conquer place and all of that. But we're no longer in that time. Now the head of government is the government elected by the people, okay, but the spiritual head of the people is the palace of the Oba of Benin in a traditional sense and all of that. They still do what they have to do, okay, but they can't do things to make it look like they are, you know, that's what I want to say. So let's try to refocus our mind around what is within those things that we as Edo people, young men and women and elders can come together to do to salvage our land. You understand what I'm saying? And remove the Oba inside our debate. I really want to make that very important, please. I don't find it very convenient talking about that. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, go ahead. Can you reduce your device and just tell us what you have for us, sir? We want suggestions and not repeat of the issue, of the problems.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, Mr. Lama.
God bless you, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, you know what I listened to the video you played. So the video of the man that said the war is coming. So we the South, we the adults, all Nigeria, we need to be ready for the war, for this problem. You understand what I mean?
How do you want us to be ready, sir? Tell us what you want us to do to be ready.
So what I suggest us to do, it is time for we to there's any way to unite the Sasa youth together and do like Nnamdi Kanu. You understand? So that we prepare to wait there, so that whenever they wake up, we have our youth to resist them. You understand what I mean?
Thank you, sir.
It is time for we to wake up. Let's unite the youth, Sasa youth. We are talking about Edo State. We are talking about all Sasa youth. You understand what I mean? So that we can donate money to start having some arms. I think it will be better for us. You understand, Mr. Lambert?
I can hear you, sir. Thank you so much.
Please, we love you what you are doing. You understand? Please, because what that man has said, the video you play, the man said that 2022, that there will be civil war. You understand?
That's what he said.
Anybody that are ready for it, they are making sense. But we, the Sasa region, are never ready for that war, which is very bad, totally.
All right, sir. The point is well noted, sir. Thank you so much. We'll draw on that.
Let's do something about it, please.
Thank you, sir.
So that you can we can talk.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir. Can you reduce your device and just go ahead and tell us your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, is that Mr. Lamptey?
Yes, speaking. Go ahead, sir.
Hello?
We can hear you. Can you go ahead, sir?
Hello?
Please, if you are calling, reduce your device so that we can hear you and you can equally hear us. Pharmacist Regular. Salubwa, man, we're not going to talk again for this matter. The calls are coming. Let me take the caller before this caller. Then we'll come back. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Where are you calling from, sir? What's your name? And please tell us solution and not problem, sir.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Ferdinand Ronsai. I'm calling from London.
Go ahead, sir. Mr. Ronsai.
What I want to say is we have said enough of the talking. It's time for action. And from what I've seen, the government of the day, our political fathers, they don't really have much to do for political reasons. So, hence, a security action has been created. All we need to do is to, if we can, the security aspect in all local government, we call the NGOs together, let's know what the security, what they need. On my own, I believe they need things like night goggles, safety boots, bikes, weapons, whatever we can do as a people. we come together. Hence, you are there now as somebody who is organizing those in diaspora. Let us know what we can do. If it's a GoFundMe account that will provide whatever you can afford, you put it to that box. If it's an account, so that we do things legitimately or there should be transparent to whatever we're going to do. Everybody start putting in money there to assist these people. We said enough, we talked enough. It's time for action. There's no time to wait. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. That's a good one. I love the man when he said it's time for action. I'm an action man myself. We talk and we act, and that's what we do. Dr. Agbons,
yes.
A caller called just now, and of course, talked about the instruction given by the former commissioner of police, you know, advising that the vigilantes should not carry guns. What is your take on that?
Yeah, those are some of the problem in our current security structure.
Yes.
They try to use the law to back, you know, their irrelevant speeches. So, well, like the last caller said, when the people are being attacked, they are also it now becomes lawful for them to defend themselves.
Yes.
People have called. I know that there are a lot of villages, our villages, that these herdsmen, all their cassava, the cows
yes.
are eating all the leaves and their maize and everything. Yeah,
absolutely.
So my grandfather was a farmer, so I know a lot about farming. I used to go to farm myself. So, and most of these Fulani herdsmen, they will tell you that it is those fresh cassava leaves that will make their cow to be healthy and all that. So why we wait for the government to make sure that people who want to rear cow, they must be in a ranch and stay in one place. Then we have to defend ourselves for the moment. So that is where the support that we can give to the vigilante comes in handy. So that is really my interest in all this matter. Because like you have said, we'll be talking about problem. It is now time for solution. So if there's a vigilante that the government has set up, then we have to find a way to support the vigilante. That is my take, my brother.
Good. Former sister Iremira. Okay. There's been much talk about do it Nnamdi Kanu's way. Do it Nnamdi Kanu's way. What is Nnamdi Kanu's way? And what do you really think? How do you really think we should approach this matter from your own personal perspective?
Yeah, my brother, it is very pathetic and shameful that we have to come now to see that Nnamdi Kanu's way is gaining traction simply because of the ineptitude of the federal government. That's the truth. Since our callers started talking, I've been noting every point. I've written about 8 points today. Yes. Out of that 8 points, 3 callers have said to go to the Nnamdi Kanu's way. So to be frank, my brother Lampo, we can't ignore them. We can't. I don't know the Nnamdi Kanu model, but I think people are aware that he's talking, he's forming vigilante, he's forming group. I don't know so much on how he's approaching it, but people are loving it. And to be frank, who are we to say we should follow that? Maybe when we take all this to our conversation meeting, we can then fine-tune it. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu's way might be a bit too extreme. But what I can gather from what everybody is saying is that there is a need for us to come together and show some degree of force. But we are a bit civilized and enlightened. We have the vigilante on ground now. I think more to can do to properly empower them. If that's what they meant by doing that the Kanu way. For Lampo, people are fed up. People are tired.
Absolutely.
You can't blame them. Out of the elections today, 3 are saying that we should go to the Nnamdi Kanu way.
Yeah.
And you can see it's a suggestion, Lampo. We can't ignore it.
Yeah.
We have to think of how to show some degree of power.
Yeah.
Imagine a former commissioner telling the youth, our brothers and sisters, to go to the bush without gun, whereby the people that are trying to attack have got gun. How does that work?
And there is no claim from this commissioner to say Fulani herdsmen with guns have no right to enter Edo State with guns. Anyway.
Like somebody said, we are tired of talking, we need action.
Yes.
And I can feel the impulse of all our callers. You can see how touched they are. Everybody's ready to go anywhere to defend our people.
Please, let's just listen to this caller, please. Hello.
Hello. I called before. I just want to why we should go the Nnamdi Kanu's way. Do you know that in the north, if you think this country will work, we are just joking. Nigeria is not going to work. It's not going to work. Do you know that when there is election, children are the ones voting in the north? Do you know that?
Sir, can you just you have just
election. Children are the ones voting in Kano, in the north, in all this northern state. So this country will not work. That is just the truth of the matter. So going to Nnamdi Kanu's way is that. Hello?
We can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, why we are still going to Nnamdi Kanu's way? I'm telling you, this is
we may have lost that caller. Hello.
Yeah, can I interject here?
Just 1 second before you call me. Hello. Can we have your name and where you are calling from?
Okay, my name is Tony.
Please, you have just 60 seconds. We're about handing off. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Mr. Lampton, I want to thank you very much for the interest you have so far shown in the issues and affairs of Edo State.
Thank you, sir.
And in the issue of insecurity, I want to advise the people of Edo State because I'm from Delta State.
Okay, sir.
But I feel the heat. I also feel the heat.
Yes.
Every state in Nigeria feels the heat.
Yes.
The government has failed in the issue of securing lives of citizens. So it is high time that every part of Nigeria must take the responsibility of securing the lives of their people. What I'm going to appeal to you guys is this: security is not something that is discussed in the public. However, you need the public support in raising funds and logistics.
Yes.
You have a good governor. You have a good House of Assembly.
Yes.
You have vigilante in place.
Yes.
Let there be a law backing up this vigilante. That is the first step.
Yes.
Because the Nnamdi Kanu's way is good, but it is not backed by law. That's why he's having some difficulties in the east.
Very well.
So have it passed in the legislative arm of the government.
Thank you.
Let it be passed into law, establishing Edo State vigilante first. Get a good security committee that will work with these people. Let those in diaspora fund them. Whatever arms or whatever, if it's glass or stick they decide to carry, let it be decided within the committee. Let it be an internal discussion within the committee and not something you go to the public to discuss.
Absolutely.
Because the problem is that the government is supporting these Fulani herdsmen.
Yes.
And they know that eventually it is these Fulani herdsmen that will come into the state. And they don't want them to be harmed or to be
yes.
They want these people to move around freely. So let the discussion of whether it is light arm or whatever kind of ammunition they want to acquire for the vigilante.
Yes.
But the important thing is that the vigilante cannot be in the bush empty-handed.
Yes.
Because you cannot be confronting somebody with AK-47 with cutlass or stick. You know what that is suicidal.
Absolutely.
So I want to encourage you people. What you are doing, Mr. London, is very good. I'm from Delta, I'm not from Edo, but I'm happy. I'm happy with what you are doing for Edo people. God will bless you.
Amen.
Thank you very much, and I hope the people support you in this regard.
Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. Thank you so very much. So, but let me quickly, Dr. Agbojo, before you come in, quickly let the people know. The caller made one point just now, and I was laughing. I was laughing because as we sit here, we are very strategic about what we discuss, okay? And we equally know that a lot of what the committee plans to do is not meant for the public domain. And of course, he made some very useful points, which is already part of what the committee is working on. But it's all right. But I want Edo people to be assured, to understand that the people that have come together under the Edo State Security Consultative Forum, There are people who know. Some of them have security experience and all of that, and of course there are people who know, the right steps to take. Of course, I'm not going to be able to let out some of the things that, of course, the team is planning, and of course planning to put together. So that is why what we do here is to try to take the pulse of the people. We've got the committee, so we're going to know everything. So we are using this platform to try to harness opinions of Edo people across the world on this particular matter, so that the committee can go back and of course look at the issues and look at all the ideas and put all of them together so that they all become workable ideas. We want to equally know those things we don't already know, okay? And all of that. This is why we're holding this discourse, and I want us to know, all of us to know that it's important we understand that we cannot come here and start talking about everything. You understand? But this is a pure public domain. However, we want everyone to know that from us, from our own circle, okay, people are already having sleepless nights, debating this matter, working out solutions, and of course harnessing the opinions of Edo people across the world, to see how we can get this whole thing sorted and get Edo better protected and better prepared for the future as far as security is concerned. Let's take this last caller before we round off onto this discourse. Dr. Agmas, I'm still coming to you, sir. Hello.
Hello, Domo, sir.
Call your butter.
Domo.
Call Mama.
Yeah. What I'm breaking I hope am I allowed?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. We cannot stop you. We probably can interpret what you are saying. Please, Mr. Ramona, take notes. And Dr. Agmas. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Even remember is that so we cannot take the actions of hypo. We have to use our own brain to deal with our own. So the security now, we have to really look it well. And every year because our hypo, they are more than 3 months. They will just need to convince us here that they are PD. So we have to be very watchful, sir. I'm sorry.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. Point well noted. I think in summary, the sister actually took permission to speak in Benin. And for those who may not understand Benin, what she's saying is that we need to adapt our approach to, our own peculiarities, as it were. Not thinking of copying anybody or any group, but let us adapt our approach to our peculiarities. I want to say that every point made here, we are taking notes, and by the grace of God, we will equally play this broadcast again, and of course take a look at the various points made by all of you. And I want to thank everybody who's been part of this process. But before we go to that last bit, yes, Dr. Agmas, you have something to say. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, what I wanted to say, our last caller, Otimano Koban, I think she said it. I even wrote peculiar things. I have said it before, security is a local thing. It is not how things happen in the East. That is not how it happens in Edo. And today's program, we have actually zeroed in on our own Edo state. So the APOB issue does not concern us. We are looking at how we can do things using our legislature, using the applicable laws, to empower our Edo State Vigilante group. So that is the point that I wanted to make, so that people will be cleared. We are not this IPOB way and IPOB no way. That is not our business, because what they are agitating for is to break away from the Nigerian state. So, but our own, we are talking about security of our land, security of Edo State. So that everybody will be guided. That's what I want to say.
Thank you very much. On that note, Edo people, first I want to express my profound gratitude to everyone, and of course to let us know that as part of this matter of insecurity, that is why we came up with Lighting Up Edo State Together, which is a program that is still ongoing. And of course, we are still getting a lot of support from Edo people across the world. People are becoming light angels on a daily basis, and that is encouraging us. And by the grace of God, just by way of information, on Tuesday, we are going to be lighting up Anigboro Street. Anigboro Street is a street, a major street in the local government. Of course, we're going to be doing some work, you know, on that street. Probably later in the week, we are going to be going to Musheshe, where we only have installed some lights, but want to expand the scope and all of that. So we are using this medium to ask every Edo person who believes in this and who have the means to equally key into the project of lighting up Edo State together. And again, as a team, as a committee, we have resolved that looking at the state of insecurity right now, particularly with the herdsmen, we are looking at some of our villages right now that have been encroached majorly by the herdsmen. So we are looking to travel to those villages and provide, you know, light strategically all around, because we know that going forward, our vigilantes are going to be, patrolling those villages and the bushes around and all of that. So we want to see that we're able to provide some light, and so we are encouraging Edo people to key into this light project. You know, call up, inbox us, you know, if you're interested. We'll give you all the information, or you go to the Comrade Show platform on Facebook, look at our previous videos, you see what we talk about the light, and you get more information. Or you can probably equally just go to the comradeshow.com and get more information. The lighting project is important because light is part of this whole security, you know, architecture that we are looking into, and we like that every part of Edo State is well lit, you know, and on our, you know, at our instance. Okay, based on our effort, this is exactly what we are doing. So if it's something that you want to know more about, give us a ring, write us, give us an inbox message, or, you know, we'll provide with all the information, all of that. And the beautiful thing about it is that the lights are solar power, the street lights. And when you donate a light, you become a light angel. A light is for the 5,000 naira. Okay, and what we do, one of the ways we give our account, you know, account of our still worship is for every light donated to us. Okay, we will inscribe your name on the lights. You know, it's usually something like this. It's usually something like this. Okay, the name of the donor of this light is inscribed here, and the good thing about it is that we are able to come and of course let everybody know, you know, where, you know, the street where the lights are and all of that. Okay, and we've had a lot of response to this, and so far since we started last month, I can tell you that by the grace of God, we have done now over 100 you know, street lights across the streets of Benin, you know, Edo State, as it were. By the grace of God, by next month we plan to be moving to some other senatorial districts to provide these install these lights and all that. Those are the people donating these lights, the light angels and all of that. So we are able to come out and tell you where your light is. You can go and verify the light. You understand what I'm saying? Now, because your name is inscribed on the light, we tell you the streets where these lights are placed and all that. And recently, people too have come out to start, you know, lighting up their streets. Okay, we've had people in their 2s, in their 3s. They decide to provide 5 street lights, 10 street lights for their own streets. And we have done so many streets across Edo State, courtesy those who want to light up their streets. So the Comrade Show, in conjunction, in collaboration with all Edo people, well, many Edo people, and those who want Edo to move forward and all of that. Okay, we are joining hands to equally, you know, provide this service to, you know, Edo State. And so, my people, I just want to mention this and to thank all the light angels we've had, and of course the prospective ones that, of course, we shall have as the day go by. On that note, my people, I want to thank everybody for this broadcast that we've had, and those who have participated. Please share this broadcast so that those who did not have time to be part of it, you know, can see this broadcast tomorrow and know exactly where we are. People can still suggest. You can still make suggestions through our inbox or messages and every other thing. We will pick them. I want to tell you and reassure you that the Edo State Security Consultative Forum is already at work, and hopefully in the course of time we are going to have a public debate as this, so that we can harness more opinions of people on how to deal with this situation. It's important that we do what we are doing right now to enable us strategize better, plan better, and of course deal with the situation a lot better, as it were. I can assure you that there is still time for us to put all of these things together. At the end of the day, we want to equally see how we can harness, okay, our support for the vigilante in a way that it will be credible, it will be transparent, and everybody we know, whoever is donating 1 naira or 2 naira or 3 naira to the vigilante, we don't want to be like anybody. We don't want to tell you to put money in some drum. We want to strategize and know exactly what we are putting money into, so that everybody will know, and of course the transparency will be there, so that we'll be confident of what we are doing. And of course those who are already, you know, in the forefront of this business, okay, will be encouraged by the support that they are getting from those, you know, all across the world, not just in the diaspora alone. You understand what I'm saying? To ensure that Edo is better, you know, fortified, you understand, to stand against internal and external aggression as it is right now, because we are not getting support from the federal government of Nigeria, and so we have to now take the responsibility of securing our land, okay, and of course secure our land the way it should be. So thank you very much for being part of this program. It's been a Comrade Show. My name is Comrade Lante Oriahi. But before we go, let me quickly bring on, of course, the Musketeers, as always. I want to start with you know, pharmacist Austin Iremira, to just give you a last word, at least for today, until we see again. Austin Iremira, please.
Thank you so much, Lante, for all the energy and power that you put into this. I'm particularly thrilled this evening because I have been taking note of all suggestions from our viewers. I must commend them. There is no suggestion that is as small or as too big. Everything will be used well to make Edo State a better place. So our viewers, thank you so much. It's been our Sunday tonic. May God bless you all and have a very good week. Bye.
Thank you very much, my brother Austin Iremira. Of course, I equally have my comrade musketeer, Dr. Tony Agmons. Dr. Tony, just a last word for now, for this segment, until we meet again with the people. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Lante. Thank you for all you are doing, you know, as a driving force behind all this conversation going on. Like we've said, people today, this is not the time to begin to talk about the problem. We already know what the problem is, so we are at the level of providing solutions now. And that is where the Security Consultative Forum comes into place. Further details will reach us. Let me just say, for all those who have made comment on our chat forum, we are going to look at all the suggestions and all the ideas you have brought. Thank you to all those who made calls. Thank you to all those who shared. I wish you all a very happy new month of February that is starting tomorrow. God bless you all.
On that note, people of Edo State and Nigerians across the world, I want to say, you know, a very big thank you to everyone who's been part of this, and of course to all those who have called, who have written, who have done everything, okay, pledging their loyalty and allegiance to Edo State, and of course the need for us to secure Edo State. I want to thank you for all you are doing, because you guys are the energy of this project going forward. And of course, I want to express my profound gratitude to those that have volunteered to join the Vigilante group. And of course, those who are listening to us who are not yet members of the Vigilante team, please, if you are able-bodied, and you know, of course, you know, to Edo people, okay, and you are there, you believe that this should happen, this should be, please, you are in Edo State, find your way and be a part of the Vigilante team, okay, and all of that, so that all of us can put heads together to ensure that we secure our land. I can assure you that the effort we are putting in, all of us collectively, is going to pay off, okay? It's going to pay off because we want to pay off, and because we are Edo people. We are Edo people. We are the only kingdom, okay, that is standing in the whole of the black race. Edo Magi, we are not called the heartbeat of the nation by mistake. It is time we are going to prove to the world that we are truly the heartbeat of the Nigerian state. So I want to assure all Edo people, somebody called earlier and said, oh, the lands in Urunugbe will be taken over by this thing. We will take our land back. Believe me, I can assure you on that. Every land in Urunugbe, Ugoli, Ekorium, all around, down to Edo Central, to Edo North, we have had series of complaints, multitude of complaints. We will take our land back, but it's going to be on our collective account. On that note, people, I am Comrade Lante Oriahi, and this is the Comrade and Friends, a segment of the Comrade Show. I'm signing out for now to say we see you again when we see you. God bless you all, and bye for now.
Make Comrade Show way. Comrade Lante Oriahi, live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make comment.